folks, me again back here with another video today. I'm going to be doing old me versus new me part 2. So basically, channel wise, thanks to one of my fellow subs. If you're watching this, thank you, by the way. So I'm cranking out 2 to 3 videos per week, so I can get my creative juices right here flowing again. But other videos like rants and stuff like that, I barely do. I mean, there's a lot of people that criticize me like, oh, you're not a real Christian, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm as Christ-like as they come. If you don't like it, then oh well, that's your bad luck. I just don't want to get when people say, oh, Christians can't, well, like these people, that people. I'm like, well, I don't have a trust fund, so must be nice to be them. So what, I like motorcycles, so what? If that ain't American, then I don't know what is. So what, I like gothic fashion, so what? I like emo fashion, so what? I like alternative fashion, so what? I like to mix it up. I'm not a Puritan, to be honest with you. I often try to confuse people because a lot of people will say, well, the gods can't hang around with metalheads, and the gods can't, and metalheads can't hang around with these people, that people, because after hearing this documentary, I'm like, what, y'all trying to be disciples now? I mean, it's ridiculous thinking. I mean, so what? I collect war memorabilia, and I'm as far away from Nazis as you can possibly think. I even have Mexican friends. Oh, I bet you don't like African Americans. Well, I have African American friends on social media too, so oh well. It sucks to be a hipster halfwit. It must be nice to be whining about how their retainer hurts and blah blah blah. I'll give them a gold one and blah 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 this, yeah. I'm like, sounds like a bunch of hipster halfwits that need their asses whooped. It sounds like mommy and daddy just threw a bunch of money at you and never kicked your ass. I know some people are gonna say, oh, then it must be nice to be Hank Hill or something like that. I'm like, no, my uncle sounds like Hank Hill. One of my uncles does. I mean, picture if Hank Hill was older and if he smoked a lot, then yeah, that's my uncle. And my uncle would be like, yeah, me. I'm just far away segregated from my own family as everybody else is. Just an outsider trying to fit in today's society. Gothic misfit, to say the least. Outsider in faith too, so if they don't understand enemy, then that's their bad luck. Excuse me. So what? I like gothic fashion and biker fashion, so what? That don't mean you have to throw rocks at me at it. I mean, what are we, in the Dark Ages? I mean, it's ridiculous these days. I have normal needs like everybody else. Just an outsider trying to fit in today's society. Not British society, though. I mean, I would love to get Ace of Spades tattooed right here, like I said in previous videos. But again, a lack of finances, lack of money. I mean, I would love to get my hair dyed black, but let's just say, hey, that would lead to a whole, Hallmark Channel, Young and the Restless argument with my mother dear. So, I mean, yes, that was true. I did wear a Misfit shirt growing up. And at the time, I didn't even know who the Misfits were. I mean, because I was a small child growing up. I love the Danzig era of the Misfits, so don't like it, then that's your bad luck. I'm just as far segregated as the stereotypes as you can possibly get. Love philosophy and history that gets straight to the point. Not a bunch of talentless hipster half-wit hacks. I mean, there is actually a comic book out there that says Deadpool Pulp. I'm like, when I saw the cover, I'm like, huh, that's neat. There's this app called Comixology. Me, I just stick to old comics and not pay attention to modern comics because the modern comics are just a bunch of bull crap. Like I said in previous videos. But channel wise, I'm actually updating my channel a little bit. It's not that whole much, but I try to be as consistent as I possibly can. Consistency is the key to survival. Health wise, I'm getting there. Never owned a Tempur-Pedic in my life. Never wore a suit in my life. Them type of hipster half-wits wear suits. I never wore a suit in my life. Yeah, 24 years on this earth. Everything in this world is just ridiculous. It was a lot different than what way my childhood was growing up. I saw shows like Cat Scratch, Teenage Robot, Danny Phantom. I mean, all that was cranked out at random, and this was on Nickelodeon during my childhood. And then somehow they got on YouTube, by the way. Somehow clips or scenes, they were uploaded on there, and I was like, huh, finally the younger generation getting back into the old stuff. To keep this up, but maybe there's hope for the old generation yet. Faith-wise, I consider more of a classic Christian, if you will. A bit of an oddball in the Christian faithful. I mean, so what? I love Gothic fashion. That don't mean you have to stone me to death for it. So what? I love gothic people, so what? You don't have to throw crap at me for it. But I am against people who use the Christian and Gothic lifestyle as a way to glamorize homelessness, to leave home, to become drug addicts. I mean, it's ridiculous. A bunch of hipster halfwits get paid by the hipster press to pose around like that. I mean, it's just pure insanity. High school drama. I mean, picture going to your class in high school one day, and all of a sudden, and the teacher pulls you aside and say, you can't come in this class anymore, you can't come to the school anymore. I mean, it's just pure drama. Don't feed the machine. Twisted Cana, baby, come alive up at two. Goodness gracious. I mean, it's ridiculous that I have to literally, they have to tell everybody the facts. Then everybody freaks out. It's like, oh, I bet JJ kills cats and eats them. Everybody thinks I look like something out of the Addams Family meets the Munsters. I'm like, well, I love both those TV series, though. The original ones from the 60s, by the way. Like the Addams Family and the Munsters. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Bum, bum, bum. I mean, those days are long gone. I mean, it was the 60s. That was an era where our grandparents and great grandparents were still alive. And at the same time, it was the hippie movement, so they did everything they could to be scary and in your face as possible. Even when Black Sabbath came around in the 70s, people still try to be as scary as in your face as possible. Anyway, folks, hope y'all do enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok and Discord, and God bless y'all. And I'll see y'all next week.